Tomb Raider 2 was the first PlayStation game I remember playing in the late 90s. From the loud intro in the beginning, to locking the old butler in the freezer. Even without a memory card to save my progress, every bit of this game screams back to my childhood. But the late 90s wasn't just about Lara Croft. It was the year gaming culture really started to feel big. Everything felt faster. Okay, maybe not in all areas. Graphics were getting better, and the catalogs were getting thicker as the industry exploded. In the last video, we took a look at some 1996 gaming ads, and today, we're gonna move up a year to 1997.
Happy 1997 on time!
By this time, the PlayStation had been out for nearly 2 years, and it was using every bit of its head start to its advantage. While Nintendo was just starting to get its legs under it with the 64, Sony was already playing the budget card. By March of 97, the PlayStation dropped in price to $149. Think about it, a cutting-edge 3D console for under $150. Nintendo, just 3 days later, had to drop their price as well, which probably left a bad taste in the mouths of everyone who had just paid full price at launch a few months earlier.
Somehow I'll get it. Somehow. I don't know how, but I'll get it.
At least it's better than what people are dealing with today. Man, these prices are out of control. Anywho, looking at this page, I could see why I didn't have a memory card just yet, as it is the same price as some of these games. Not to mention, most parents had no clue this probably would be needed in order to save your progress. And a game like Final Fantasy VII literally takes 40 to 80 hours to beat. If you don't have that card, you're probably in a world of hurt. Or you could just leave your console on, hoping the power don't shut off. I actually never beat this game as a kid. It was just too damn long. I needed this if I was gonna have any shot at seeing the end of this game. Without the internet, I can only imagine what laid ahead of me. Let's just hope everyone picked up this masterpiece compared to NBA Live, seeing that they're both listed for the same price.
Let's check out the replay.
Yeah, sorry guys. Also, paying $45 for a Monopoly video game when I could just buy the actual board game for half the price really makes me scratch my head. On a positive note, one game that really sticks out to me is Croc, Legend of Goobas. It was a classic 3D platformer where you would run, jump, and tail swipe enemies. It was actually one of the first games to try and rival Super Mario 64, and it sold over 3 million copies on the PS1 alone. Funny enough, I found a track from Super Mario 3D World that sounds almost identical to the main menu theme of Croc. I had no idea Oddworld started in 1997 until the making of this video. My memories came from the Xbox version in the early 2000s. Oddworld wasn't your average platformer. You play as Abe, a floor waxer trying to escape a meat factory. The game was all about game speak, using voice commands to talk to your friends, solve puzzles, and lead everyone to safety. The whole game had a dark industrial atmosphere to it. It felt grimy, dangerous, and honestly, a little scary. Moving on, you know what game I need to mention. The best game ever made. The gothic atmosphere, the sprawling castles, the who cares about vampires when you can spin the wheel? That's right folks, the low price of $59.99. You can experience the thrill of the alphabet. Forget about Castlevania, the real best game of 1997 is right here. The Wheel of Fortune! In all honesty though, Paying this type of money for this would hurt in today's world. If you want this in your collection today, you can pick it up complete in box for around 33 bucks. Unless you're hardcore and you want to hand over, Lord have mercy. Castlevania is a series I absolutely love. I've spent countless hours on Castlevania 4 and Dracula X, but Symphony of the Night easily takes the cake. The shift to a Metrovania style was a perfect evolution for the series, giving you a massive castle to explore. And just when I thought I had beaten the game, I realized I was only halfway through. Finding the inverted castle for the first time was mind-blowing, and I had an absolute blast. Here we are, and man, looking back, we really had it good and we didn't even know it. The N64 had barely been out for 6 months, and Nintendo already slashed the price to $149. Fast forward to today, and the deals have basically disappeared. Some good old competition actually favored us back then. The console wars forced these companies to stay hungry and make some decisions that I don't see happening anytime soon. Now it feels like companies would rather raise prices together than give us a break, but I digress. We got 2 new games here, and they hit hard in my nostalgia feels. In Diddy Kong Racing, I spent most of my time on the flying tracks as it was something different, and as for Bomberman, it was simple yet very addicting with its puzzles.
You know who lives in the third dimension. You know who is in control. You know who has 4 times the action.
Ooh, we got a bunch of games here, and apparently someone circled this banger for Christmas.
GoldenEye. Load a rumble pack.
You know how to use one of these?
Probably one of the few movie games that I actually like. Me and my family would play this all the time, from Man with the Golden Gun or slapping only. Took that, you motherfucker! Hell, you best believe I was screen watching back then. My older brother had this tactic where he would stare at the wall and make sure that he was in a corner, so whenever he passed by, he used his screen watching skills to come and blast me up with that P90. And dang man, that gun sound will always forever be engraved in my mind. I could sit here and talk all day about the memories these games brought, but man, these prices are really hurting to see. $70 in '97 was a tough pill to swallow. Just for some context, minimum wage in 1997 was $5.15. You would nearly have to work 2 full days just to buy some of these. My pockets would have been blown to smithereens. I guess this is also another reason why Blockbuster was so popular during the time. Damn, I can't believe people were paying these prices for the 64 back then. This is also the year PlayStation 1 released their greatest hits catalog. And oh yeah, I got them. There was such a great... What the hell?
Mario.
We can't talk about this decade without mentioning Sega. By this point, Sega was in a really weird spot. While Sony and Nintendo were duking it out, the Saturn was like the scared little child in the back. We eventually got a price tag of $150, down from its original price of $400. This was a last-ditch effort to squeeze every bit of life out of the Saturn before moving on from its failures. It took all but one word from Sony to leave Sega scrambled like eggs.
$299.
We'll discuss that in our 1995 video here soon. But boy, does this one hurt. My very first console was a Genesis 3. I've never played the Saturn in my life, so I don't have any memories with these games listed here. But the ones that do interest me are Castlevania Symphony of the Night, mainly because of the extra content, and Resident Evil, because, well, I don't know why. This made all three big consoles worth the same price at one point. Imagine being a kid in 1997, $200 in your hand, and you're at Toys R Us. Which side are you choosing?